So I'm all ready to start giving the lantern its feet and its handle. Let me just clean up. I will rename this. We'll call this lantern. I am going to delete its history one more time. And I'm going to make sure that it's on this lantern layer. I can do that by selecting it, then right-clicking on the layer and using Add Selected Objects. Good. Now, the feet are really small and they're really round, and I know that some of you are thinking she's going to use a sphere. I'm actually not, because spheres have a lot of geometry in them and I don't necessarily need geometry for this. This is an area where people aren't really going to be looking all that much. So I'm going to use a cube. And you'll recall that the cube, when it moves into 3 mode, turns into a sphere. Which is great, except that that means that I lose a lot of definition when I move between 1 and 3. To fix that, I am going to take my sphere, and in my Shift right click menu, I'm going to run the smooth command. What smooth does is it subdivides every face that I have, so each face is going to turn into 4 faces. While it does that, it also averages out the distance between faces. So instead of having a cube, I will have a little kind of faceted sphere. For my money, it still at this point loses a lot of definition if I move between 1 and 3. So if you're not happy with that, you can run smooth a second time. And now it'll have a lot of geometry, I will admit that, but it will not lose any definition when I move between 1 and 3. I think I'm going to leave mine here at the first level. I think that's going to be okay for me. So I'll take this, I am going to rename it, we'll call it foot 01. I am going to delete its history. And now I can take it and I can move it over into position by one of the feet. Maybe over there. And again, the pictures were taken of a real object. The feet are crooked. They're not sitting exactly on the ground. You have a little bit of creative license here. So I'm going to put that one there. Then I will Control D to duplicate. I'll move this one over to where the other foot is. Probably right about there. That was the side view. If I look in the front view, I'm going to take both of these feet and I will move them over to here. And then Control D to duplicate one more time. Move them over to there, and that gives me all 4 feet. There they are. If I turn my lantern back on, now it's a lantern with little tiny feet. So before I make the finial at the top, this is a great time for me to take my feet, group them together. We'll call this a foot group. Foot group. Ooh, foot has 2 O's in it. And I'm going to group the foot group together with the lantern. So we'll call this one my lantern GRP. The lantern GRP, I am going to right-click and add to the lantern layer. And that way, all of the feet will be on the lantern layer as well. So that takes care of the feet. My last step is going to be making the finial at the top. I will pause this video here so that you have a chance to make your feet, and then we'll all get back together for the top finial. See you soon.